Okay, so whenever we do sauces, whenever we do anything, we're going to get set up like this. What's this called?
Mise en place.
Mise en place. Everything in its place. Mise en place. Okay, so this is going to be our mise en place for our veloute. So our veloute recipe, okay? 2 ounces of clarified butter. 2 ounces of small diced white mirepoix. 2 small diced white mirepoix. White mirepoix, okay. White mirepoix can be
Celery,
onions, okay, and it can be white part of leek or parsnips. Okay, mirepoix. Okay, M-I-R-E-P-O-I-X. Okay, so what's the difference between white and regular mirepoix?
Has
Parsnips instead of
Carrots.
Carrots, okay? So 2 ounces clarified butter, 2 ounces of white mirepoix. Okay? 5 cups of white, I'm sorry, stop. 2 ounces of flour. You guys have 2 ounces of flour yet? Okay, 2 ounces of flour. Okay, remember, brew equal parts butter or fat to flour.
Flour.
Okay? Okay, 5 cups of white stock. White stock. Okay,
Chicken
now remember, today we are making a chicken veloute, but you could also use white veal stock, or you could use fish stock. So fish stock, you can make it a fish veloute. Veloute, yes. V-E-L-O-U-T-E.
V-E-L-O-U-T-E.
Right. Okay? And then we're going to be making up a sachet. Okay, and our sachet is going to consist of 1 bay leaf, thyme, peppercorns, and parsley stems. Stems. Okay, so we're going to put our veloute together. So we got all the ingredients. Okay, so how much butter do we need?
2 ounces.
2 ounces. So this happens to be a, like we talked about earlier, right on here. 2 ounce right on the label. Okay, tells you right what size it is. Okay, so 2 ounce label. Okay, so 2 ounces of butter. Clarified butter. Okay. Next, we're going to do what we call sweating. Okay, we're going to add the mirepoix, and we're going to sweat the vegetables. Okay, so sweating is we're cooking it without browning it. We don't want to brown our vegetables at all because we want this sauce, when we get finished, it should be a light tan color.
Do you want the pan heated before you put anything in it?
The pan is
No.
slightly warm. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add our vegetables. We're going to cook those over about medium heat. Sweating. Until they start to get opaque. Okay, opaque is when you can kind of like start to see through them, so it's basically about halfway cooked. Okay, so we're going to make a fish veloute. We do the same thing. We just use fish stock. Okay. Today we're making chicken. We could do the same thing with white veal stock to make a veal veloute. Okay. Then we add our flour. So 2 ounces of flour. Okay. 2 ounces of butter, right? Okay. We're
Yes.
going to make a roux now. Okay. By adding our flour. You guys want to come over here we can see, or would it be better? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to add our flour. Now when we add our flour, we want to make sure that we're not going to burn it. So we're going to add our flour. We're going to make a sauce. We don't say cream. Okay. Biscuits and sauce, man. Okay, now we're cooking this. Okay, we're gonna cook this for about 6 minutes. Okay, that's gonna be called a blonde roux.
Blonde?
Blonde. Blonde roux. Okay, as we cook it, we're going over about medium heat. Okay, and we're stirring it. Okay, and we're being careful not to brown. Okay.
You gotta look in the pot.
Okay, the reason we're starting to cook this, we're on the flour and we're cooking this. Okay, as we cook it, the flour molecules, they're starting to get soft, they're starting to open up. So when we add our stock, it's going to start to gelatinize as we add our stock. It's going to start getting thick. And when we add our stock, we're going to add it slowly. We're going to bring it up to a simmer. We're going to add a little bit at a time. As it comes to a simmer, 180 degrees is a simmer. We're going to get gelatinization. Gelatinization is when it starts to get thick. Okay, so for our components for this, our liquid is going to be, okay, our white stock, okay? Our thickener is,
Flour.
okay, what are we making here? What type of roux?
Blonde roux.
Okay, and what are we going to have for flavoring, seasonings? We have our mirepoix, okay? Plus we're going to finish it with salt and a little bit of pepper. So we have our components of our sauce, we have our liquid, we have our thickener, and we have our flavor components. Okay, we always have to have those ingredients. Over here, I've got our palm puree going for our mashed potatoes later on. Our chicken's in the oven. It's looking good. Okay, later on, since Lucy peeled some carrot, we're going to do some different types of cuts with the carrot. Our one cut is going to be called a paisan. Okay, paisan. Okay, you can do a circle. Okay, you can do a square. It just has to be half an inch by 1/8 of an inch thick. It's kind of like a little lodge. Okay, so about 7 minutes we're cooking on this. Okay, and we're going to start to add our flour. Can we help you?
Food's ready whenever you guys are ready.
Okay, thank you. Okay, adding our stock. Okay, we're just going to add a little bit at a time. And when we add it, we're going to use a whisk because we want to incorporate it. Okay? And we want to incorporate it and we do not want it to lump. So see how it's getting thick? See, it starts to get thick really quickly. Okay, so it's getting thick, so we're going to add some more. Bring it to a simmer, we're going to let it start to get thick again. Now our liquid is our consistency adjuster. If we get too much liquid in here, okay, then we'll have to make some more roux to add to this. We don't want to do that. So we want to use our liquid for our consistency adjuster and add it as we need it. It's like seasoning, you can add more, but it's hard to take out. So that's really important. And keep stirring. It's going to come to a simmer. And as it comes to a simmer, it's going to start to get thick again.
So it's kind of like making pastiche.
It is similar. Similar.
Making what?
Pastiche.
Okay, this is going to be similar to what we're going to be doing for our bechamel. But our bechamel, we're going to cook the roux less. We're going to make a white roux. So we're going to cook it for about 3 minutes less. Now, if we're making an Espanol sauce, we want to make a brown roux. So we cook the roux so it was so dark it'd be about the color of the floor. So it would take about 20 minutes to cook the roux that dark. Okay, see what's happening now, guys? Okay, we're starting to get gelatinization. See how thick it's getting? Okay, we're going to add some more stock to that.
Are you gonna end up using all of the stock?
Pretty much all of it. Okay, you need a pound of roux to thicken a gallon of liquid. Okay, so a pound of roux to a gallon of liquid. How much roux would you need if you're thickening a quart? Quart. Okay, you need equal parts butter to flour, but how much total roux would you need? Okay, now remember, how much is a quart of a gallon? It's a quarter of a gallon, right? So, 16 ounces, what's a quarter of 16? 4 ounces. Okay, so 4 ounces. So we need, if we need to make 4 ounces of roux, we have how much flour?
2 ounces of flour and 2 ounces of
Okay.
fat.
Always remember, a pound of roux will thicken a gallon of liquid. Okay, it's starting to get thick again. Okay, we're gonna add some more. Do you need it all? Maybe, maybe not. Always remember, what happens in the summer to flour? Okay.
An ounce of humidity. An ounce of humidity.
Okay, you got humidity, more humidity in the air, right? So your flour is gonna get heavier. Okay, during the summer your flour is gonna get lighter, even if it's sealed. So it's always gonna be different. You know, that's why you guys are coming to school here to learn how to be culinary experts. Okay? Otherwise, we have robots out there. There's always gonna be variables. So remember that. But you can use, you know, certain things like say a pound of roux, and it'll be pretty close, but you're always gonna have some variables. Okay, veloute. Okay, so it's basically stock that's been thickened with roux. You want to break it down. Who could you use this for? Okay, you can make some soup out of it. Okay, you can make some chicken soup out of it. Okay, you can make sauces for your chicken. Things like that. Good, yep. Okay, so this is simmering along, okay? We're going to get it close to sauce consistency, which is nappe, coats the back of the spoon. Then we're going to let it simmer slowly. While it's simmering, we're going to put our sachet in. Okay, so I'm going to turn it down. I like the consistency I have now. Okay, I can always thin it down more. Okay, so this is what we have now. Okay, it's going to keep getting a little bit thicker because we're going to be losing evaporation. But we can add more stock. But we can't really take it out. If this is way too thin, you have to simmer and simmer and simmer to bring it down. Okay, so that's close to where we want it right there. Sauce consistency. Okay, so put in your notes, add your sachet. Okay, we're going to simmer this for about a half an hour. We're going to keep an eye on it. We can add more stock if we need it. Okay? We're going to put in the sachet. Okay, we'll put in the sachet and we'll let it simmer slowly. Okay, for about 25-30 minutes. And then we're going to season it and we'll strain it through a chinois.